Yeah, so we're at dinner. People are sat round. Marius, Mir, you're sitting in the places. I mean,
Can Mir have stayed upstairs? That was her intention, to do a sweep
yes.
of upstairs while they were downstairs distracting everyone else.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's have everyone settling to dinner at the moment. Yeah, Amir, what do you want to do upstairs while everyone else is doing stuff?
The second she threw that, hey, don't say anything, look to Marius as he was heading downstairs, she wants to just very quickly, room by room, get eyes on every room that's upstairs.
Okay.
Every door that's open that she can open, she wants to just peek into, do a sweep, see if she can physically see another breathing human being.
Okay. Where'd you go?
From the morning room, let's immediately hit the gold suite.
Cool. I'm trying to remember which is the gold suite. Actually, it's the one opposite Clarissa. Okay,
it is.
You're going to look in the gold suite, and all right. So it's huge, right? There's a bed. What are you doing? Looking for people in there?
Looking for people, looking for anything that stands out. What she's really doing is saying to herself, like, "Wow, Diana, I really wish you were here with me right now." But she's going to walk into the gold suite and just do a quick sweep around that room. I hate you, Cupp. Just to see what she can see. She knows she's not going to have long. That butler is going to eventually lose a head count and be like, wait, one of them is not here. So she's going quickly.
Yeah, there's someone in the bed.
That's not what I needed, but okay. Oh, no. Okay, what does this look like?
It looks like an old man. He's breathing very shallowly.
She is going to very quickly move over to him. Sir, are you okay?
Okay. And let's have this. It's a slightly dim room, and his breath. There's nothing. He's not. He's not responding. And then his breath just stops.
Okay. I'm debating on my change roll. It's not like she hasn't seen people die, but it is awkward for somebody just to die on her just like that. Yeah, she's going to take it. And she's going to go up again.
Nice.
I think she's going to pause for a moment. She's going to pull back the sheets just on a quick throwdown just to see if she can see any. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go together, Graham. Let's go together. Hand in hand, baby. Let's do it together.
Yeah, his body's just infested with plants. Just growing into him. Like, got those tendrils in him. And I think at that point, let's do your butler thing, right? So at that point, the butler will come in.
Hi.
And go, Mum? Were you looking for the dining room?
No, I think I found what I was looking for.
The dining room's downstairs, Mum.
She is going to step away from the place. She's so fascinated. She has so many questions. She wants to touch it. She wants to look. She wants to pull. But I think she's going to turn on her comms so that everyone downstairs can hear this conversation. How many more are infected here? Mackworth?
I wouldn't know, Mum.
Are you infected?
Not me, Mum.
Who else is infected? My apologies. And she's just like, because she's up here by herself right now. This is a very not great position for her. She's going to pull her arms almost defensively across her chest. Who else is sick, Mackworth?
Give me a roll here, because he doesn't want to tell you. But give me a roll if we're doing some sort of social thing.
That'd be a 5 and a 3. She did risk her insight, but the 3 was to lower the numbers.
That's a shame. I would have loved a 6. I'm
sure you would have, Graham.
The lady's infected. Maybe a couple of the scientists. The rest of us have kept clean. Can you come to dinner now, please, Mum?
2 more questions, and I'll come down. You knew Darby when you opened the door, which means you know all of us. Is this Extraction aware that some of you are infected?
No.
Last question. Do you actually intend on evacuating?
Tomorrow? Yes.
And she'll nod, and then she's going to start that very careful, calculated, slow march towards him, hoping that she can shoulder around him and get out of this room so she's not pinned in between the guy that's infested with plant life and this android acting thing.
It's just what English people are like. It's only for the whole android. It's an English anyway. Yeah. Should we go back to dinner? So
they all heard that for the record.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Marius, you're at dinner. Let's have Pierce and Darby sweep in, and we can go from there.
Give you a little wink.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're happy with it, Graham, I think when they walk in full costume, like all the color is gonna drain from Marius's face, thinking, like, what the fuck happened? Did they get infected by something? Because they're acting now like he sees Miss Clarissa, like in this delusion. So I think great concern and just pale as a sheet.
Now, then, and at this point, Magworth and there's a maid as well, who's appeared from the kitchen, and they will begin serving. It's really beautiful food. I mean, it's so that they're sort of starting with this sort of this soup. It's synthetic, but it's absolutely beautiful. Marius, it reminds you of sort of home cooked food. Like it's like these people have like synthesized to a T, like their perfect comfort food, and actually it's your perfect comfort food as well. So I don't know what that is to you, but it's beautiful.
I want to say wedding soup after the last scenario that we did. We had the wedding soup there, but
yeah. Maybe it's a variation on that if that's what you want. Yeah. Oh, no, the wedding soup was like a false memory, wasn't it? This is your actual. It's like a soup. Yeah.
Well, it depends, because it was a real memory for me.
Yeah, I think it's like it's a nice broccoli soup.
Nice callback.
Thank you.
Very nice callback.
But I think that I'm conflicted now because I'm looking and saying, "Oh, this is really nice." Then looking at Darby and Pierce and saying, "Like, I don't want to be taken over by this delusion either." So I'm monitoring them as they walk in very closely.
I feel like if your concern is pretty evident on your face, and knowing that you weren't privy to our conversation, like Darby would probably come up to you and explain a little bit of what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that would put him at ease. Yeah.
Just trying to get them on board. Yeah.
Okay. Should I change or?
I mean, they got us these nice clothes, and it can only help, right? There's no harm in it.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I really like Pierce's suit too, so
yeah, it looks pretty sharp. Yeah,
it's like it was made just for me.
Maybe I'll go check on Mir upstairs and then make my way to the room to get the suit, and then come back, and I'll tell Mir what's going on as well.
That sounds like a plan.
That's great. So, Marius, you're going to leave the dining room?
I'll excuse myself formally to get changed to Clarissa. Yeah.
And Mir, shall we have you two meet as you're coming down the stairs? Does that work for you?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mir, I heard what happened upstairs, and I think that Darby and Pierce hatched a pretty good plan. We're going to play along until there's an opportunity to get everyone who's not infected out of here.
Marius, how are we supposed to tell in a handful of hours who's infected and who's not? Unless they're like the guy, he was swimming in vines, Marius. They were growing through him.
Well, you can scan them. It sounds like it's evident when someone's infected. So you scan them for plant material. I mean, there's no other plant life here, right? It should be easy to detect.
Yeah, that's what we were told, but you didn't see the guy upstairs in the bed, Marius.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like to either.
We don't have enough information. I don't know how this is spread. Is this airborne? Who kept this alive? Did Extraxus send us here for an actual evacuation? Or are we supposed to be using, I don't know, contamination or quarantine protocols? Do they want us to bring back a sample?
Look, I trust Extraxa. I think they probably didn't know about this. And that we're just supposed to get the healthy people out, and that's all we can do. We have to play along though, because it sounds like the person in charge is infected.
Okay.
2 hours. 2 hours. That's all we need. We do dinner. I'm not eating anything. I don't think any of us should eat anything.
I wouldn't either.
We could maybe sleight of hand, but we'll play along. We'll play along for a couple of hours. That's all.
Well, what happens when we stop playing, Marius? When we have to start making decisions on who can leave and who can't?
We just act like it's part of the order of things, that we're extracting these 2 people first. We'll do 2 at a time and handle it that way. It sounds like Clarissa wants to stay behind anyway. It might be easy.
Well, I don't know how long the gentleman in the bed was infected, but given the rate of infection, I don't know if this takes over their cognitive decision making. I don't have enough data. Marius, he was growing. They were growing in him and through him. He was, ugh.
Have you ever seen plants like that before?
No, Marius, I've never seen a plant that eats or behaves like that.
Okay, well, the plant material could be in the food, so we need to be cautious, I think. Is there a way to send discreet comms back to Pierce and Darby, basically saying don't eat the food?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's have a little message come up, Pierce and Darby. That just
In his eye.
I've tried to. I'm spooning the soup away from me. Spoon is coming towards mouth. Is like did. I'm like.
But yeah, I'll try to rally Mir to go get changed for dinner.
That sounds great. Marius, can we stay with you for a bit? So you getting changed for dinner as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, cool. And Pierce, Darby, through all this, they're serving you this beautiful food. So there's some sort of textured protein and sort of vegetable matter and stuff. It's genuine. Go on.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, if we get that message, then I think that Darby is going to be doing like everything she can to keep talking, like engaging in conversation, or so that she's like doing something with her mouth other than obviously not eating the food.
Who would you like to talk to? Sorry, Darby, I've just occurred. I haven't actually done much with you at the moment. So, yeah. So,
I mean, I want to see what happens. I want to see how Marius dies too.
let's stay with you. So, there's another scientist there. This is Llewellyn, and he's an older man. You will get quite a fatherly vibe from him, and so he's really happy to talk to you. What are you saying to him?
I think I'd just be. So, tell me about your time here. Where were you before you came?
Before I came, I can hardly remember. I started through I started as a farmer on a planet, and then got to work for Extractor, and then learned the science. Came out here. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm from Carly. This is actually my first time out on a mission. Yeah.
I've heard of Carly. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, not really the part that I'm from, but there is some beauty to be seen there for sure. Do you have any family here, or family that you left behind? And just kind of like, I think just continuously. I mean, I don't know if you want to keep on with it, but just like asking about his life.
No, this is good. And Darby, this is a nice conversation, right? I mean, it's a conversation you could happily have for a while, I think.
Nice. And, she's like feeling real fancy. And so I think she's like sitting up a little straighter, and she's just kind of like aware of the food and then also kind of getting into it.
No, it's amazing. Didn't you once say that your perfect day was like talking to your father?
Yeah. Just like thinking about something other than work or danger.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Bridgett, it's the nice scenario. This is nice stuff.
This is really good. Yeah.
Good. Right. Marius, come on. So you...
The lies! Grandma, you say this shit with a straight face every goddamn time.
Marius, so you will go to your room. There is a beautiful suit there for you to wear. Yeah.
Excellent. What color is it?
What color do you want it to be? And it's not designed around you. I'm just sort of, what would be nice for your character?
I think navy.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's actually, I mean, it's not specific. It's not like weirdly attuned to your character or anything.
Okay.
No. So it'll be a sort of a dark blue. It's beautiful material. It's a lovely thing.
Okay, good. I will do my best to get dressed up. It's been a long time since Marius has been dressed in anything other than Extraxa issued clothing.
And as you're getting dressed, you feel something on your ankle. You've sort of taken your socks off at the time. Can we have you like sitting on the bed, putting your socks on, and something? There's something at your ankle.
Okay, I'll pull the sock down and see what's happening.
It's just a little tendril, just kind of resting against your ankle. Doesn't actually look threatening at all. It's like a little, I'm trying to think, like a bamboo shoot or something, isn't it?
Okay, but I'm confident that it's plant material. I'm kind of looking through all the clothing that I just took off to see if there are other signs of plant life in the clothing.
So there isn't actually plant life in the clothing. It's actually sort of coming out of the bed.
It was the bed.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. And I figured that out, huh? So can I like brush off my ankle and make sure there's nothing remnant on me?
You can. Just so you know, it feels really nice.
Oh no. Yeah, so again, with kind of reluctance, I think, just staring back at the bed, I heard what happened with Mir, so I am going to, over my discreet comms, say, plant in my room. I'm not going to say that it touched me, though. I do feel better that it wasn't in the clothing since they're all dressed up. I will say that. Can I lift the mattress to see if there's more to the plant?
Yeah, and actually, it's not like infested or anything. That there's a little tendril that's coming up through the bed. Yeah.
Okay. Do I have any kind of scanner? I know Mir probably would, but yeah, I'd like to scan the room, just see if there's any source.
You do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of source.
Yeah. Give me a roll.
Yeah. Not my occupation, right? So I'm actually going to add my change die to this.
That's not a bad idea at all.
And I've rolled 5 on both.
Okay, 5. And so you're scanning to see the plants, right?
Yeah.
So all right. So there's one in here. I mean, there's not many of them. There's just kind of little remnants. There's one in here. There are scattered about the buildings. It looks as though there's probably others in your companions' rooms. There are quite a few upstairs. So there are lots in the rooms upstairs.
Okay.
Just little shoots and things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can't stay here. I'll let the others know. I'll do that over the messaging as well. Just say we can't stay here.
You get an incoming from Mir that says, "Is it safe to capture?"
Come to my room is what I'll say to Mir.
Actually, I mean, let's actually say that there are rooms. So on the upper floor, there are some rooms that are free from infestation. Just to give you an option if you.
Okay. Yeah, I think that I'll bring her to the room and then report to her about the other infestation. But I think she can maybe capture the shoot if she'd like to, a sample. Sure. Yeah. I'm putting my other clothes back on. Like, I just can't do it now. I can't do it.
Okay. Mia, so you're in the room if you want to be.
Yeah, no, she's going to run in. Where is it?
It's right there under the mattress. Mir, I'm only telling you this, and I need you to know that it's only you. It touched my ankle. So if you could scan my body too, that might help.
Oh God, Marius. Okay.
That wasn't a come on.
No, I know. I wasn't.
Hey, do you want to come to my room and scan my body?
And scan my body, play with my bamboo shoot. Low hanging fruit.
See, we knew we'd get more uncomfortable than Carissa ever could.
Okay, so it made contact. Did it, Marius? Did it penetrate?
Oh Jesus! No. It actually. This isn't going to help. It felt kind of nice.
Okay, that's very eerie, but that's not overly surprising. That could be part of its weaponization. Okay, let's see if I can. And then is there a way for me to safely collect this specimen, being that she's practically going in blind on it?
Let's find out. So there is a sort of little tendril, which I think now is gradually withdrawing.
Oh, well, we can't let that happen.
Okay.
Okay. So let's capture this little tendril in any of her little medical supplies that she would have to do this sort of thing.
Oh, go on. Give me a roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's very intentional about this. I risked my change, and we got a 6, 5, and 6.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You have the sample, and you are absolutely convinced that you're going to die here.
That 6 always sneaks in at the end, doesn't it?
Doesn't it all the time?
There's no escape. You're not sure how, but you're absolutely. Actually, it's not even you're going to die here. You're just going to stay here.
Oh. Are you okay?
Like, looking around the room, you're like, this is the rest of my life.
Oh, Marius, I don't know if we're going to make it off of this planet. I don't know if we're actually going to make it off of this mission.
What? That little thing? What the fuck is it?
You didn't see what it can grow into.
Yeah, there's a lot more upstairs. I thought maybe it was the man you found.
Can I do a quick scan on this really fast? And then I think she's going to send a 911 to Darby and Pierce.
Mm-hmm. That sounds really good. Let's have dinner ending now, if that's okay. And the sun is setting now as well.
If I'm still in conversation with Llewellyn, and the 911 comes in and the message about the plants and the stuff with Mir before, I think just kind of gently, Darby might say, I don't want to, rustle up any unpleasant memories, but I just noticed that there aren't a lot of plants around here, but there was some mention of some plant life from before, and I'm just kind of.
And actually, do you mind if dinner has ended, but you're kind of nipping it? I just want to give other people the chance to. So, Pierce,
absolutely,
if you want to go something else, you're very welcome. And Darby, and so this 911 is flashing up as you're talking, and he's going, "We eradicated them."
Why did you need to do it?
They killed so many people here.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to again bring up unpleasant memories.
It's okay. It's okay. The others don't talk about it, but I do. I watch every day. I go up to the roof and I watch. Just in case they come back.
Oh. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. But how is it that they killed those people?
They get inside your flesh.
I think I want to roll my gene dice. Because me, the human, actually did have like a physical. Okay, well, I did roll a 6.
Oh, nice.
Ticks up. Yeah.
Great. Oh, okay. Is there some way that we should be protecting ourselves? Something we should be doing?
Just watch out. Keep watch. We leave tomorrow. It's just one more night.
I mean, don't you think we should be leaving sooner than tomorrow if there's a possibility of a threat?
She won't do it. If we want to get everyone, we have to leave tomorrow.
She being Miss Clarissa?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your honesty and openness with this.
I'm going through to the drawing room now. Are you coming?
Of course, lead the way.
Excellent. And so he will go through to the Clarissa is Pierce. Clarissa will take your hand and guide you through to the drawing room if you're willing to come. She's doing it in that kind of way people do, as if just expecting you to follow her.
Yes, and I'll follow, even though the 911 is flashing. I've heard all this stuff on comms, and including that I've heard that she is infected. Yes.
And the music will play, and in the drawing room, she will, if you're willing, she will dance with you.
Yeah, I see no signs in her of any. Obviously, her behavior is very strange, but I don't see any botanical disruption of her. She's not.
How do you know? Obviously, no.
Yeah.
Although, as you dance, let's go with this a bit. As you dance, she will move your hand down her back, and you will feel a wound. And as you touch it, she sighs. Just this deep contentment as your hand goes over the wound.
Quite erotic.
Now I'm uncomfortable for two reasons.
Yeah. That's a wound. Like, am I feeling as though my hand is like? What is the? Am I inside this woman, or is it?
No, you're at the moment. I think your hand is over the wound.
Okay. That's quite disturbing. I think I'm rolling.
Yeah, great. That sounds good.
Change. Here we go.
Darby, are you there as well?
Is this in the drawing? This is in the drawing room.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know it? I rolled a 1. I'm fine.
Oh, nice.
Looking it together. Yeah.
As a historian, this is not the weirdest shit you've ever seen. I think I'm there. I don't know how big this room is.
Well, I mean, there's other things going on, right? So Llewellyn is kind of enjoying the music and swaying. Sade is there as well. And Pierce is dancing with Clarissa.
You've done a very estimable job, and Pierce is trying to maintain this fiction, right? Mm-hmm. You've done a very estimable job keeping a lovely house here, Miss Clarissa.
She's sort of letting your words wash over and just goes,
But can't you be persuaded to leave?
We will leave tomorrow.
And what of not to be bold in my speech, but what of your husband, Mr. Maximilian? Might I be introduced to him?
He died.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that.
Every day.
I'm sorry?
Every day. He dies every day.
In what sense? In that I understand that one's memory remains with you.
Actually, Mia, it's much more fun if the communicators are on for this bit, and you're.
This is why I shouldn't use the chat.
Mm-hmm.
She'll take her change.
We don't have to do it. It's just
No,
fun.
it's perfect. It's
I know.
flawless. It is chef's kiss. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe we can assume that our comms are always open now that we know it's 911.
Right.
Yeah.
Should we just assume they're open when it's bad for everyone and they're closed?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a secret you want to maintain, that it's closed, but otherwise.
If there's a chance it could harm your change, comms are open, honey.
That's amazing. Darby, what are you doing?
I think if the comms have been open for this, I think that she is now just kind of like she can't help herself, like openly staring at Pierce and Clarissa, and if he looks stuck, then she might go interrupt that dance.
Great.
She appears to be placing his hand on her back.
And Ross is just Pierce like panicked, would you say?
He looks discomfited. He's
Okay.
And
basically
especially after what he's been told.
Yeah, and if he stops talking, like if it looks like he's like he doesn't have more questions, then definitely she'll walk up. I wonder if I might cut in.
Thank you.
She's very content to dance with someone else, so she'll kind of pass over to you if you want.
I look down at that hand.
Ew.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, all right. So a little bit of blood on it, sure.
Blood?
Yes.
Okay.
Pierce, is that yours?
As I kind of smear it away, is there any sign of a puncture or a wound of my own, or do I get the sense that this is her blood on me?
Oh, it's her wound is just weeping a little, I think. But Darby, you're now dancing with her, right? And so she will also move your hand down to the small.
Oh, sorry. I meant to cut in so I could dance with Piers.
Oh,
like to interrupt
that was
way.
not what she thought.
Oh, sorry.
As soon as it cut in, she drapes herself around you. So deal with that how you want.
Well, Pierce, maybe once I take a turn around the floor with Miss Clarissa, I could get on your dance card.
Yes, certainly. Do a turn. And as they spin away, can I look at this wound? What the hell is going on down there?
Oh, is it some sort of puncture wound? Something's gone. I mean, give me a roll if you like, but it's some sort of puncture wound. Something's gone into her.
Okay.
Is there any concept of like helping with this?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Are we doing a roll to?
I rolled a 4 to inspect the wound at a distance. So
All right. Something. It's hard to know how your character would. Oh no. Okay, so your character has read the archives, right? So well, it looks as though one of the plants has gone into her. Yeah.
yeah.
And also regularly. Right. It looks as though this isn't just she's been punctured once. It looks as though. It looks as though it quite regularly slides into her.
Madam, if I may be so bold as to intrude, you're bleeding.
Oh, and at that she'll go, oh, yes, I should. Thank you. And I think that, and the evening's sort of winding down a little actually now, and so she will. I'll go and see to that. Thank you for letting me know.
If people are uncomfortable, and if you're in need of medical attention, perhaps this is all a sign that we should move post haste to leave your house, lovely as it is, this very night.
She smiles and she goes, "We'll leave," and then she'll sort of drift out of the room if that's okay.
Pierce, I think we need to regroup with the four of us.
Yes, we don't know how many of them are wounded, punctured, infected in this way. What does Extraxa know about this? Do they want everyone back? How communicable? Once infected, are they? So many questions.
I mean, right? Like best case scenario, they don't know anything, and I mean, Mir's going to have better information about this, but from what I understand about living things, they don't want to die. And so if there's something on this planet that wants to get off because the glitch is coming, I mean, like, I would rather not be complicit in the infecting of an entire other world with something that can do this to humans.
Indeed.
And then Llewellyn will depart the room. Magwith will turn the lights down. It's clear that the party's, you're welcome to stay here if you want, but yeah.
I think we're going to try to find Marius.
Let's find our pals.
Where are you? Where are you at? Hey guys.
I think maybe if it's okay with Bridgett, maybe we went to Mir's room to see if maybe there wasn't any plant life in her room for safety.
Are you going to Bridget's room to see if there's any plant life there?
Yeah, I don't think we want to stay in Marius's room just because there was the sign of plant there. So
yeah.
maybe.
So she's going to run her scans and her diagnostics in her room.
No, her room is actually fine. And if you want to find some, I mean, there's all these rooms kind of made up to be slept in. And if you want to find some plant-free rooms, you can.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's have them come to our room. Does that sound good?
Her eyes kind of
To your
flicker in
room.
a second with the our room. She doesn't say anything. Her eyes flicker over. She just doesn't acknowledge it.
I thought maybe we could bunk up since my room's infested, but
I don't think we should sleep here at all. But let's see what we're working with here first.
Okay. Yeah. Come to Mir's room is something I'll send across.
And as I come in, I will just like stride across and like, get out. That is what Sade told me the moment that she spoke to me. And then something in her pallor changed. It was as though she forgot what she was saying. I saw where one of those plants entered into Clarissa's back. There's nothing is right here.
And I just want to be clear. You're sure it was an entering into and not an exiting out of?
And you were the one who saw that it was I think it's both. This is a wound of egress and ingress, so to speak.
Can I roll change as he describes that?
Oh yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm going to take that one too, please.
Well, if
We're
all the
going
cool
up.
kids are doing it.
Mine goes up. It's so low then.
The sun is below the horizon now. It's dark. I mean, so it's more than below the horizon. It's nighttime now.
Like, how much time has elapsed? Like, what is a day in our standard hours?
I don't know. So it's about 6 or 7 hours, I think. So actually, the days just rotate very quickly.
Okay.
So they're having
Probably
like one
ideal
meal
for
a
plant
day.
life growth.
So is
Wait.
this? Go ahead, Nick.
And I'm just a little. You said that's an ideal like time span for plant. Aren't there some nocturnal type plants that become more active? Not they. Is that a thing? Is that a thing that happens with animals or with plants?
No, that is. There are certain species of plants that, yes, that is very common with.
Is there a reason you think these thrive at night, Darby?
Oh, only because so far everything has been awful and fucked up, and so that would just be kind of like another
The next thing.
Accurate as
thing
shit.
to add to the
Can that be the name of the scenario, Graham? Everything is awkward and fucked up. Retitle it now, please. Thanks.
Well, I'm going to name all my scenarios. Everything's awkward and
What if-
fucked up.
If we could just isolate the people we're not sure about whether they're infected, Mir can scan them, and then we can take them back to the shuttle.
Marius, I'm not even sure about us. This is spore base or airborne? We could be in. She's actually
Please scan us.
Yeah. Can she do a diagnostics on this plant and each other so they can make some informed decisions?
Sure. Yeah. Give me a roll and tell me exactly what you want to know.
Okay. She's gonna go all in on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't all in. Sorry. That was a whack ass all in.
Oh,
And
wow.
she cares a lot. 5, 5, and a 6.
Okay. And what do you want to know?
So the big thing is how the infection is spread. Is it just once this plant enters into the bloodstream, so it doesn't have to penetrate tissue, or is this something where it's airborne, where the spores, that we inhale it and then we start, mutating? Basically, how is the infection spread is the big one right now.
Well, this is a plant you haven't seen before, but yeah, it looks as though don't know if it infects you. I mean, it probably does infect you a little, but the tendrils sort of. So the tendrils go into you. It seems to be very pleasurable. You will gather, and I mean, it looks as though the plant is sort of creeping into people at night and just sitting there inside them and then coming out again. They probably are leaving a little bit of something inside. It's not as if people are like full themselves with tendrils, but they're leaving sort of little spores or something. And you got a 6, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Go have fun, Daddy.
Yeah. Well, if people have spores of deadly alien plants, in fact, anyone who's been in contact with spores of deadly alien plants, they shouldn't leave this planet.
Oh.
No, that would be too risky.
In fact, I mean, how strict about this do you want to be? I mean, really, anyone who's been on this planet should not be taking this shit off it.
So, as long as we haven't touched them, we're all right. Right, Mia? It's
Pierce, I don't know.
It's like a puncture. It would require a physical penetration, right?
Yeah.
Yes, anyone who doesn't have a wound is fine, I think. Looking at his ankle.
I mean, there's like, okay.
Can she start scanning them while they're talking?
Yeah.
I don't mean to be crass, but some places aren't necessarily visible to, you know what I mean? Like, we can't necessarily just through a visual inspection be sure about whether or not someone has been penetrated. And can we find another word, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, scientifically speaking, penetration. I understand.
right,
I understand.
fine.
No,
No, it's fine.
sorry.
We're all scientists. We're
Darby,
adults
it's
and
fine.
scientists.
I'm
No, I
sorry.
get it.
No, it's
No,
just
it's fine.
I get it. Can I do a quick scan on everyone, Graham? And I'm scared.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't forget to roll your change die too on this. 6.
Oh shit. Yep. Let's have a good time on that one really fast.
Mia, there is. I think the other thing we haven't talked about is the sort of slight time thing. So are you kind of analysing this under a microscope?
Yeah, I mean, she would love to if she has that capability.
Sure.
Yeah,
You got a little
her
scanner.
little pocket lab. Yeah.
So the cells are dividing and recombining and dividing and recombining, and it's almost kind of you've seen other sort of plants on other planets, right? With almost like different variants of this plant. This plant is doing something weird with time. It's like the dividing and recombining and so on. It's almost like it's cyclical in some way. It's not the sort of linear time you're used for. I mean, think back to the broccoli, right, and the growing out in fractals. It's as though it's some weird time pattern.
Do you tell us that?
I don't know. Give me just a quick second. She's about to have a whole moment here, I think. Okay, last question, if I can, with that roll, or if you want me to roll again, Graham. How is this tied into the glitch? Do I feel like this is a defense mechanism against the glitch, for the glitch? Can she tie in what is happening that she's seeing with these cells with the proximity to the glitch?
Things like this often happen close to the glitch in extractors' records. I mean, it's not really clear why. It's not clear that it's not clear that like the glitch is defending itself or anything like that. But there's a lot of these weird plants close to the glitch, yeah. And you've seen different. I mean, I think what you're beginning to identify now is that the plants you're seeing on different planets have very different properties, but parallel.
Yeah, because this is very different, but also very similar, parallel to the orchids on our first mission. Apologies, Ross, to answer that question, yes, she is going to articulate this out to you.
And to which I was like, that would fall in line with things I saw in the records. The thing that made the least sense was the dating. Entries were made on dates previous to ones that had already occurred. If you're saying that there's something in this botanical physiology that is looping it in time, then that seems to be the lived experience of the people here at this outstation. This tomorrow that they're talking about is never going to come. They are trapped in an eternal today.
Oh, God, and my husband dies every day. Oh.
I mean, okay, but also this does kind of line up with the experience that I've known with the glitch itself, and it almost feels like it's halting the glitch's progression. Like it should have already taken over this planet, but it still feels like there's just a little bit of time.
That's impossible. How could a plant interact with a phenomena of that scale?
I do not have an answer for you, Pierce, but I have to ask, what part of the things that we have seen so far feels real possible?
Oh, Darby, if you want a scientific answer, I mean, you're an astronomer. If you want to give me a role, I can talk time stuff to you.
Hell yeah, talk time stuff to me.
Talk time stuff.
Talk the time stuff to me.
I'm gonna do. You know what? I think she cares pretty. Okay. I rolled all three die. I got 4, 3, 1.
Okay, 4, 3, 1. I should say, by the way, you can re-roll.
I was just about to say pushing is an option. It'd be a good time to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
You can re-roll as many times as you like in Cthulhu Dark. Guess about. All you have to do is keep your change die as part of the roll.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, baby.
Why not?
Come on,
I'm only
baby.
around for 2 sessions. Why the fuck
Let me give you the
not?
answer for the moment
Here we
before you
go.
re-roll. So,
Okay.
yeah, for the moment, it's actually not out of the question that could be pockets where time works differently, especially close. I mean, black holes do things to time and space, right? So, I mean, this is an unknown astronomical object, but it's not out of the question that it could be doing weird things to time and space, which means the glitch is both expanding in time as seen from outside, but on this planet, in its sort of relative time bubble, actually, it just continues.
So I think she's kind of like processing this in her mind. She's like, I mean, there's like, space-time anomalies. There are, gravity.
I apologize, of course.
No. Skepticism is always welcome. We are scientists, after all. I do think I want to push this, though.
Please do. I'd love that.
Okay. 3, 6, 2.
Oh, that's some good shit right there.
And I think it might go in a different direction, actually. So you know, I mean, you sort of challenge this, and you know, you're like, in your head, and yeah, it just makes perfect sense. I mean, the relativity makes perfect sense. You can have sort of different relative time frames, and you know, that would mean that for people on this planet, they're just living this day and day over and over again. And Darby, would that be so bad?
I mean,
Living on this beautiful planet with these beautiful clothes over and over again, not working for Extraxa.
they got food, they got shelter. I mean, they're protected from the glitch. I mean, it doesn't seem like the worst thing that could happen.
You said that out loud?
Please
Quietly
tell me you said that out loud.
quietly to herself, but out loud, I think would be fun. Yeah.
And I'm kind of going back, putting the pieces together here, and you can tell me if this is role worthy, but it seems like they encountered a dangerous plant problem. They quote unquote dealt with it. Then time gets strange. There was a 2-year gap. So I'm imagining, like, yes, it would be beautiful and fine, except you'd be, how long have they been living this day? 1 year? 2 years? 5 years? How long has it been that they've been looping?
And it's really unclear from the records, right? So sometimes it looks as though it's actually been just a few days, but there are kind of records where, Johnson, have a look at the archives.
Yes. And here I go.
Let's do a roll. Yeah.
I want to zero in on this. How long has this phenomena been going on? I rolled a 1 and a 5.
So it could be, you know, it could be years, decades. Could be. When you look closely, a lot of the descriptions, the logs for each day, are just word for word identical, and they kind of fall into that pattern over time, right? So for a while they're monitoring plants, they're eradicating plants, and then it's, this is what we did, this is what we did this day, exactly the same language, this is what we did this next day, same
So
language.
they were sending Cupp the same file over and over again too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The sun is just below the horizon now. You've been talking all night.
Did Pierce tell us what he found, by the way?
Yes, I've told you.
Okay.
Kind of spinning that theory out.
Do you think if you're trying to place this all, Pierce, maybe this was a contemporary mansion when it was built?
Excuse me?
Well, there's a time loop happening. So to the people here, is this modern?
I mean, with that would imply that if they, like us, came from a tender shuttle down and set up this Victorian mansion, then they themselves would in some way have to have traveled back in order for this to be in their present. Thinking about time makes my head hurt. I don't think so. I don't think so. But I feel like my theory is that they've oriented themselves around the rhythms of the external reality that they see, since they're presented with the external reality of the material and the daily rhythms of the very prescribed daily rhythms of a 19th century manor house. Then they have fallen into those rhythms and worn a groove there.
And the sun comes up over the horizon. And I think at this point, that's kind of discordant, jazzy music starts floating from the...
She doesn't stop, does she?
Oh dear.
Are they gonna remember us and the conversations that we had?
Are we going to remember us and the conversations we had?
Should we write stuff down? Should we do something? Should we take some sort of something that will persist?
No,
Is that how time works? Hang on.
Look, if you think they're happy here, Darby, we should just get the fuck out of here and tell Extraxa they were infected and there was nothing we could do and we had to leave before we had any exposure. We'll tell them we had as little exposure as possible.
Listen, I can upload in my personal archive and logbook exactly what is going on day to day. So we'll have a record, and over time, and Extraxa extracts that data from my logs and inputs it into the archives. So we'll have a log. We all remember coming here. We all remember yesterday.
Yeah. They'll know if we're lying. I'm just thinking, should we even tell them we came inside the house?
What do you think? They're not going to let us leave if we admit that we did our jobs?
Look, Darby, I know you're new, but they may not trust us if we come back to the exchange and we've been in contact with the people here, and they find out that they've been infected or whatever, contaminated.
And there's footsteps. I mean, not just outside, but you can hear people sort of getting up.
Well, let's see the current state of affairs, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to leave with or without them immediately.
I think she's going to go to the door and swing it open and try to beeline in on the very first pair of footsteps that she can find. Doesn't matter who it is.
Which door are you opening? Sorry.
Oh, I'm assuming we all slept or stood and talked in Mira's room. So she's opening her door.
In Miss. Okay, you open and so you are in this long white corridor of rooms.
And she's just going to run down the very first person she can find.
Okay, so you walk down. Is anyone else coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're going to walk down this sort of long white corridor of rooms and so on and so on. And so you're in the great hall. The music is coming up from the morning room.
And it's deja vu. It's exactly what we experienced upon entry last time. And yes, shall we go to the morning room and see if we're greeted precisely as we were?
No, go outside. Let's knock on the door and see if Magworth answers and whether he recognizes us.
Mia, Darby, and this is controlling your characters a bit, but Darby just sort of slips her hand into your arm.
Which, given their relationship, is not alarming or suspicious at all.
Great.
So I think Mir would lock in on that, assuming that Darby was either extending comfort or seeking it. It would just kind of like pull her in and lock her in where that, elbow is like closed in with her hip.
Yeah. You could do your hand signal. You got a hand signal, haven't you? Do you want the hand signal again?
Hand signal would be great.
Again. Yeah. Cool. Landing. Morning room. If you want to go there.
You know what? Fuck this. She's going to scream out for Macworth. Macworth!
Okay. Is everyone else just going? So are you all pausing on the stairs and just shouting Magworth?
I want to go into the morning room and see the state of affairs in there. So I will walk in.
Okay. And
Marius is like frozen in his tracks. He was thinking about the best way to kind of reintroduce ourselves, and then Mir shouted out.
And her change is she's scraping at the very top of the ceiling, guys. Mira might not make it off of this particular adventure.
Oh no.
Which would be suiting that she dies in a planned one. It'd be perfect, but she's clawing at the top of the ceiling right now.
Okay. Are you high enough to try to undo some of that?
oh yeah, that's true. So you can do the thing where if you want to remove the changed, which I think would mean sort of some sort of drugs or something to remove your memories. Feel free.
No, I think she's gonna hang on, guys. Let's tempt fate, see where we go.
Pierce, Darby, what are you doing? Pierce, you're going to burst into the room. Darby, what are you doing?
I think if I've connected with Mir, that I'm gonna stick to her.
Pierce, you go into the room and Clarissa turns to you. She's holding a golden cocktail and goes, "Darlings, we have visitors."
Shit.
Do we hear that on the stairs? Like, is that loud enough that we can hear it?
Sure.
Here our comms.
Oh, and our comms. But
Yeah.
why is it she remembers some things and not others?
Well, she's infected. That could be playing with her memory. I want
She
to find
remembers-
that. Go ahead.
Oh, just that she remembers her. She said her husband dies every day. She has some sort of like temporal, like measure. So like, I don't. Is it when she has the planned universe? When she does? I don't understand.
I don't either.
Well, that was him,
Marius.
Mir. You saw her husband, right? Didn't he have his dying breath in front of you?
I don't know if that was her husband or not. I don't know what that was.
We should ask Sade. We know Clarissa's fucked up. Does Sade remember?
Sade is there if you wanted to ask her, Pierce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Sade's here and she comes over. Yeah, go on.
Great. And just so there was a hubbub there. What precisely was it that you all wanted me to ask her?
Oh, like does she remember you? Basically, get a vibe
I'm,
from
I'm
her.
just getting the vibe of like, are they fully reenacting the day? I cross the floor, beeline to Sade, and
Yeah, great.
and approach her in the same way that I did.
Yeah, okay.
Before.
In the same way, she puts her, she grabs your wrist. Yeah.
Same deal. Excuse me.
Get out now
Mm-hmm.
while you still can.
I've already been here for one day. Is it too late for me?
I think you need to go.
Yes, I think you're right. But what about you, Sade? Wouldn't you like to come with us?
Sade goes, we can't go.
Don't. It's not as hard as all that. We've got the extractor a 15-minute walk away. You could be out of here before noon.
And carrying the infection.
Oh dear.
Can we actually just cut to the others quickly? So what are you guys doing?
Waiting to see if Magworth appears, maybe.
All right. So Magworth will appear with his tray of cocktails and look at you.
We're supposed to be leaving, Magworth. Why are we serving drinks?
We're leaving tomorrow.
Yep. We need to leave, guys.
Yeah, my change went up, by the way.
Okay, so I was watching Pierce and Clarissa dancing, and kind of saw where she put his hand. Can I just go touch Magworth in that place?
Ooh.
Touch him in that Magworth place.
Yeah. Stick your finger
wanna
in
get
his
fresh.
back, baby. Here we go.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you want to know if he has a wound there too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he have a tendril jack? Yeah.
Give me a roll to
Port.
Yeah.
A tendril port.
give me a roll to touch Magworth.
Okay. Probably astronomy does not help me in this situation, so
I don't think it's.
I got a 1.
You wanna
don't
push it?
fail. You don't fail on a 1, but you can push it if you like.
Yeah, I can push it. Do I need to introduce my change die, even though I didn't use it that time, or
Yes,
what's
you
the?
do. So
Why not? Why not? Okay, a 3 and a 1. God damn.
okay, so on a 3, you place your hand, and for a moment his eyes close, and as though there's something deeply going on inside him.
That's his spot, honey.
So, why can't it just be my touch? No, okay. Okay, so I think
She's got magic fingers.
Look, she's gonna quickly kind of go back over to Mir's side, and I don't know if you were watching me do that, but we'll kind of be nudging you a little bit, Mir, and getting Marius's attention too if you're close to us.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, okay, so I think he said he was not infected, but in fact, I think that he kind of might be a little, infected.
Okay, I think they're all infected then.
I think I'm backing away from Sade and joining you now. Like, yes, I think the time for departure may be upon us.
Yeah, let's leave our shit here. Let's just go.
Let's just go.
I agree.
We've got what we need on the shuttle. This is a weird question. Mir, maybe it's a question for you. Should we burn down the house? Or just let them have this existence?
Marius, they burned down the planet and it didn't stop that plant. Let's just leave.
But, though it does not sit right to harm other living things, plant or otherwise, if they're here, Extractor might send more people to try to get them.
And if this truly is a time bubble, we don't know all of its rules. Is there a world in which you're condemning them to be burned every day for the rest of time?
All right, well, I mean, when you say
Can I roll
like
change
that,
on that?
Yes.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'll take it too. Ross, you might be the one to kill my character, baby. If this is a 6, that's game over.
Oh, no!
Uh-oh.
Is that a 6?
That is.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
And her insight was a 5.
That's amazing.
That is
Perfect.
amazing.
Because the statement he made, unless I was wrong, is like, are we condemning these people to burn over and over? It literally throws her back into episode 1. That's Dylan. That's the last fire they set. That's dying again and again and again. That's chef's kiss. Well done.
Well, Mia, so can't we just have, in your character's head? I mean, you aren't you just living this over and over again, like descending to this planet and shit's fucked up and.
Yeah, they're on a loop too. I mean, she knew a few hours worth of being here that none of us were going to make it off alive and that we were all going to die. She just didn't realize it was going to be on a loop.
And you're still in the hall, right? So can we have Clarissa sort of appear with cocktails and go, and just look deeply into your eyes, sort of, as though she understands and goes, darling, come inside.
And I think she's going to throw a very heartbroken look over to Marius. I think she is going to head bump Darby. And I think she's going to put a hand on Pierce's shoulder and say, I think it's too late to run. And she's going to follow Clarissa.
No.
Try to grab onto your arm. Mir? Come on, honey, we gotta try.
Don't drink that, Mir.
I think she's going to take that shoot to the face. Because why not? She might as well enjoy her last day, if it's going to be her last day that she has to enjoy before death again and again and again.
And the thing is, Mia, I mean, you know quite rationally, right, that you will be living this sort of pretty lovely day over and over again. And isn't that fucking better than the extracts of shit you're going through all the time?
Yeah. There's merit to this.
I need to roll change again. I think Marius knows what Mir doesn't. This history with Dylan and the a little bit about what's happened in her past. And I think that now she's resigning herself to a kind of a similar fate is very upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
I rolled a
Bridgett.
6, but I was not at 5 though. I was at 4.
Bridgett, do we just want a little last epilogue? Well, I mean, if people want to struggle over you for a while, that's cool too, but tell me something Mia does.
I think Mir is going to hand that sample over to Darby. If you're going to go, you can't waste time here on me.
We're not leaving you. It's not wasting time. Come on. We're just gonna go back to the shuttle and we're just gonna try to get out of here.
What's
And
that phrase
Darby.
that Sade keeps saying again and again?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, that was a question for Graham. What is that phrase? Get out now.
Just
What is
get
it?
out now. Yeah.
I think she's going to interrupt Darby mid-speech and scream at her. Get out now!
Are you infected? I think Marius is gonna like try to touch her back and see like why the change.
This is so heartbreaking because she's broken and she's the only one that doesn't understand it.
No, Terrence can fix you. Yeah, if Terrence was here, this wouldn't have happened. Terrence can fix you. Come back to the ship. Terrence can fix you.
And Mia, you kind of have to. I mean, if this isn't good, I mean, can we almost have you flashing back, and as you were cutting away the stalk, actually it did.
Hey, Graham, let me counter to you.
Yeah.
Versus that actually happening, can she just lie and say that it did to get them moving?
Sure.
But
Yes, Marius. I'm infected. You guys have to go. And then she's going to intertwine her fingers with Clarissa's.
Shit.
And I think unless you do anything, Clarissa is going to take a step back into the morning room with Mia and shut the door.
okay.
Darby, it's okay. We can forget this.
What?
You'll see. We don't have to remember this. I know it hurts, but Extraxa will fix it for us.
Marius, I don't want to forget this. I don't need my pain taken away from me. I need to remember this. I mean, are we seriously talking about leaving Mir here?
If she's infected, I mean,
Do I have the sense? I'm sorry to. Do I have the sense that, like, in my engagement with the records, that there were redactions on the Extraxa side? Did Extraxa send us here knowing the situation that we were entering into? To some extent?
Give me a roll for that if you want.
Yeah, please.
I mean, the answer's going to be sure. Extracts are always, yeah.
I'm gonna, I'll roll with the change because I'm like the scales are falling from my eyes here. 1, 4, 6.
They knew. They totally knew.
And if I rolled a 6 on the change die, does that mean anything?
So that if it's higher than all the other dice, then you make a change roll. Yeah.
Then I do. Okay.
Yeah.
It's lower than my current change. I remain steady at 4, but I'm like, they knew. The archives were redacted. They knew. They knew we were here. They knew that this loop. They didn't send us here to be an extraction team. They sent us here to be test subjects. When someone tells you to get the fuck out of somewhere, believe them. And I turn on my heel and go down the stairs and make my way towards out the door.
Yeah.
Nice.
Darby will lift her hoop skirt and run after hers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with them, but kind of like having the realization that Pierce is right. They always know. They always know what we're getting into. He's had some surgeries to help him forget, but he knows it's true. And then I think that if he can have done something sappy before he left Mir, I think after they leave, Mir's going to look down and maybe not even understand it, but she's going to see a pin that he crafted of the mountains, which was his perfect day. So he just wants to impart that on Mir before they separate for good.
That's really good.
And perhaps as I leave out of the corner of my eye, I haven't been engaging with the map, but I assume that this manse must have a library. And out of the corner of my eye, I see my perfect day.
Oh, yeah.
Pass. Bye.
If your feet start to slow, you feel a hand right in the small of your back.
Yep.
Get moving.
That was crisp. Oh, that was crisp.
Oh, and there has to be a moment, right, when you put the hand in the small of the back where for a moment, Ross, and you'll see this just for a moment, Darby, his eyes just close, and then the moment's gone.
Uh-oh.
Darby's hand is immediately going to go to the small of her own back.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to make too much of this, right? But can we just have a little moment of doubt where you're like, oh, actually, that felt good. No, it's probably nothing.
The denial kicks in, that like self-preservation. Just got to get out of here and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
I do think one thing I'd like to try to do, if I can, is to take the sample that Mir gave Darby and just throw it as far as I can. We can't take this back on the ship.
I think you're right. We have no idea how to control it.
Yeah, and once we forget, they can do whatever they want with it.
What the hell? And does that make any sense to us who have not, to our knowledge, undergone any sort of forgetful surgery?
No.
The hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I think this is kind of like we're all kind of running in a panic. This is
I think we're getting out.
I think Marius said that mindlessly, just
out
like
the door, running.
Well, let's do it. So, run across the barren land into the shuttle, and the shuttle is taking off. Is that all right?
Yes.
Well, before we start to take off, just like whoever's controlling the thing or however it gets controlled, just like slam on the like abort button for a second. Hang on. Okay. So we're just going to go back. We're just going to go back to a company that knowingly sent us here and who apparently has the ability to wipe our memories. Shit, how do we know? Marius, how can we know that we haven't already been here before? That we haven't already had that done to us? Is there a way to know that?
I think he looks like he's pondering for a moment and says, I feel like we would know or feel something.
Look, all I'm saying is we're talking about getting off of here, but what the hell are we going back to?
Research?
That's quite a fun moment for the shuttle's rockets to fire, if that's okay.
Okay, I didn't touch anything.
I'm actually not saying it was automated. I'm just saying it's a nice narrative moment.
Marius is leaning on the launch button as you ask that question.
And totally, as the thought that, like, if they can erase our mind, then they could have sent us here 1,000 times is washing over Pierce. I'm just like,
Yeah. That's really, and so the shuttle lifts off, and there's the exchange above you, and you rise, leaving Mir below, and the music sort of drifting from the house, and the shuttle rises in the air, and then there's some sort of break in reality, and then suddenly you're in a shuttle descending, 4 of you descending to a similar planet, although it's different. It's covered in dead plants, and a voice in your ear says, "Associates, this is the exchange. Medical officer, please report." And I just want to leave it there.
How dare you? How dare you, sir?
I like that you're making Scott walk into a bad situation, though. Oh, God.
Holy
That's
shit,
funny.
Graham.